With a worldwide box office of over $1.3 billion, Deadpool and Wolverine has been a huge success, and it's also done pretty well on Disney+. According to Disney, the film has garnered 19.4 million views globally in its first 6 days on the streaming service. A view is defined as total stream time divided by runtime. This makes it the most watched live-action movie on Disney+ since the streaming release of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever in February 2023. While these numbers are impressive, they actually pale in comparison to the streaming service's biggest movie of the year, Inside Out 2, which pulled in 30.5 million views in its first 5 days on Disney+. Taking place 6 years after the events of the last movie, Deadpool and Wolverine finds Wade Wilson, Ryan Reynolds, toiling away in civilian life with his days as Deadpool behind him. But when his homeworld faces an existential threat, he must suit up once again and convince a reluctant Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, to help save his universe. In addition to Reynolds and Jackman, the cast also includes Matthew Macfadyen, Emma Corrin, Morena Baccarin, Leslie Uggams, Karen Sony, Brianna Hildebrand, Shioli Kutsuna, Rob Delaney, Stefan Kapicic, and more. The film is now available on 4K Ultra HD/Blu-ray/DVD and Disney+. Have you watched Deadpool and Wolverine on Disney+? Tell us in the comments what you thought. Sony's Marvel Comics adaptation Kraven the Hunter is set to reach theaters on December 13th, and the film's director, Jabe Sishander, A Most Violent Year, is hoping moviegoers will give Kraven the chance to wash away the bad taste left by some of Sony's other Marvel adaptations like Morbius and Madam Web. Directed by Shander from a screenplay by Richard Wenk, Art Markham, and Matt Holloway, Kraven the Hunter is the action-packed, R-rated, standalone story of how one of Marvel's most iconic villains came to be. Aaron Taylor Johnson plays Kraven, a man whose complex relationship with his ruthless gangster father, Nikolai Kravinoff, Russell Crowe, starts him down a path of vengeance with brutal consequences, motivating him to become not only the greatest hunter in the world, but also one of its most feared. Aaron Taylor Johnson stars as the title character and is joined in the cast by Ariana DeBose as voodoo priestess Calypso Ezeli, Fred Heckinger as Kraven's estranged brother and master of disguise Dmitry Smirdyakov/Chameleon, Alessandro Nivola as Russian mercenary and human rhino hybrid Alexei Sitsevic/Rhino, Christopher Abbott as a mercenary and assassin known as the Foreigner, and Russell Crowe as Kraven's estranged father, the ruthless crime lord Nikolai Kravinoff. Kraven the Hunter is, along with Morbius, Madam Web, and the Venom trilogy, part of Sony's Spider-Man universe, which was formerly known as the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters, which consists of Marvel adaptations that doesn't have the creative team of Marvel Studios behind them, so therefore they're not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sony is able to make these films because they own the movie rights to all characters that were originally introduced in the pages of Spider-Man comics. When asked if he's worried that the bad reputation of Sony's Spider-Man universe will have a negative impact on his movie, Shander told comicbook.com, "I don't want to get too into the nitty-gritty of it, but here's what I would say. For me as a filmmaker, my number one goal, especially, quite frankly, over the last couple of years where you guys are deep in this world, some of the fans out there, a lot of the fans, were upset with certain decisions and certain outcomes of Sony's Spider-Man universe. Then with other films, they've gone on to be tremendous successes. So there's been a mixed success rate. People got to give us a chance and come out and support this film and literally try to wash away some of the other stuff that's happened. Give our film a chance." Taylor Johnson, who is rumored to be in the running to play James Bond, recently recommended the film to fans of the Bond franchise as well. Are you looking forward to Kraven the Hunter, despite the bad reputation of Sony's Spider-Man universe? Share your thoughts on this one by leaving a comment below. You never go full Tropic Thunder. Yes, the 2008 movie had its share of controversies 15+ years ago, but imagine if it were made in 2024. That's tough to do, because we all know it couldn't. Even BenStiller knows Tropic Thunder got made at just the right time, recognizing that today's society would be even worse at picking up on the satire. Speaking with Collider, BenStiller, who directed, co-wrote, and starred in Tropic Thunder, said he truly doubted that kind of movie could get made today. Obviously, in this environment, edgier comedy is just harder to do. Definitely not at the scale we made it at, too, in terms of the economics of the business. I think even at the time we were fortunate to get it made, and I credit that actually to Steven Spielberg and DreamWorks. He read it and was like, all right, let's make this thing. It's a very inside movie when you think about it. But yeah, the idea of Robert Downey Jr. playing that character who's playing an African-American character, incredibly dicey. Even at the time, of course, it was dicey too. The only reason we attempted it was I felt like the joke was very clear in terms of who that joke was on actors trying to do anything to win awards. But now, in this environment, I don't even know if I would have ventured to do it, to tell you the truth. I'm being honest. That's kind of the problem with satire. If you're too narrow-minded to get it or are too focused on what should be canceled, then you're only doing damage to the product and its potential audience. But as it stands, Tropic Thunder is one of the funniest and smartest comedies of this century so far. And by and large, the cast has remained supportive of their accomplishments. Robert Downey Jr. doesn't regret the blackface. Tom Cruise loves playing Les Grossman, and Justin Theroux is ready to do a sequel. As for Jack Black, we do have to wonder if he would distance himself from the movie to save his own reputation. Tropic Thunder would earn RDJ a surprise and Meta Best Supporting Actor nomination for his performance, while the movie itself would take in $110 million at the domestic box office and be one of the highest-grossing R-rated movies of the year. Do you think Tropic Thunder would fly in 2024? Tell us why or why not below. J.K. Rowling is the creator of the Harry Potter franchise, but in recent years, she's gotten a lot more press for her views on transgender people. As Warner Brothers is currently developing a Harry Potter TV series, there is a question of how involved Rowling would be. Turns out she'll be involved quite a bit. At a recent press event, HBO chief Casey Bloy said Rowling was very involved in the process selecting the writer and the director, and her statements on transgender people haven't affected the casting or hiring of writers or production staff. In a further statement to Variety, HBO said Warner Brothers has been working with J.K. Rowling and in the Harry Potter business for over 20 years, and her contribution has been invaluable. The statement continued, "We are proud to once again tell the story of Harry Potter, heartwarming books that speak to power of friendship, resolve, and acceptance. J.K. Rowling had a right to express her personal views. We will remain focused on the development of the new series, which will only benefit from her involvement." For those who disagree with Rowling's views, it can be difficult to separate the franchise from its creator, and the Harry Potter fandom has certainly been split. The casting process for the Harry Potter TV series has begun. An open call was put out for children who are residents of the UK and Ireland and will be between the ages of 9 and 11 in April 2025 to play Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, and Hermione Granger. There have also been rumblings that Mark Rylance, Bridge of Spies, is at the top of the wish list for the role of Albus Dumbledore. This summer, Succession's Francesca Gardiner was revealed to have been tapped as a writer and showrunner, while Mark Mylod signed on to executive produce and direct multiple episodes. The project was originally developed for Max but made the leap to HBO, along with a variety of other Max shows, in June. Each season of the Harry Potter TV series is said to cover one of Rowling's novels, for a total of 7 seasons. While the movies were able to fit quite a lot in, there were plenty of moments cut from the novels that the TV series will finally be able to bring to life. Last year, the studio released a statement saying, "Each season will be authentic to the original books and bring Harry Potter and these incredible adventures to new audiences around the world, while the original, classic, and beloved films will remain at the core of the franchise and available to watch globally." Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, share it with friends and family, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell. Comment on what you thought of the videos and what you want for the next videos. Stay with God until.